In a quiet, forgotten corner of the city, an old man named Arthur lived a life of solitude. His small, weathered cottage stood as a silent testament to the years gone by. Every wrinkle on his face told a story of hardship, but deep within his eyes, a resilient spark still flickered. It had been years since his only son, David, moved across the country for work. With each passing season, their phone calls grew less frequent, until a painful silence settled between them, leaving Arthur with a profound and heavy loneliness. His only daily companion was a stray cat he'd named Hope, a small, furry creature who shared his meager meals and the quiet stillness of his days. One crisp, cold morning, as Arthur gathered fallen branches for his fireplace, his foot nudged a worn leather wallet half hidden in the leaves. He picked it up, his calloused fingers fumbling with the clasp. Inside, he found a sum of money that could change his entire world. For a fleeting moment, temptation whispered in his ear. That money could mean a new, warm coat to fight off the winter chill, a patch for his leaking roof, a pantry filled to the brim. It was the answer to 100 silent prayers. But then his conscience, a steady compass that had guided him through 80 long years, pointed him toward a different path. He thought of the values he had tried so hard to instill in his own son, the importance of honesty, of doing the right thing even when no one is watching. He imagined David in his shoes and knew what he would want his son to do. The choice became clear. His integrity was not for sale, not for any price. Clutching the wallet tightly in his hand, Arthur began his quest. He spent the next few days searching, using what little savings he had for bus fares to travel to unfamiliar parts of the city. The journey was arduous for a man of his age. His legs ached, and the cold wind bit at his skin. But he was driven by a quiet, unwavering determination to return what was lost. He asked shopkeepers, showed the ID to passers-by, and followed every small lead with a sense of purpose he hadn't felt in years. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, his search led him to a small apartment building. There, he found the owner of the wallet, a young single mother named Clara. Her face, etched with worry, instantly softened into relief and then disbelief as he handed her the wallet. She explained, with tears in her eyes, that her child needed urgent medical care, and the last money was meant for the treatment. The weight of her gratitude was immense. Overwhelmed, Clara tried to offer Arthur a reward, a portion of the cash, but he gently refused. "Knowing your child will be well," he said, his voice soft but firm, "is the only reward I need." Clara, a writer for a local community blog, was deeply moved by Arthur's profound honesty. She saw more than just a kind act. She saw the quiet dignity of a man who chose integrity over his own desperate needs. She felt compelled to share his story. That evening, she wrote a post celebrating the unsung hero who had restored her faith in humanity. She described his weathered face, his gentle refusal of a reward, and the simple, powerful choice he made. The post went viral. It was shared thousands of times, touching hearts across the city and beyond. And then, something beautiful began to happen. Arthur's lonely, silent life started to change. Neighbors who had only ever offered a passing nod now stopped to chat on their way to work. They brought him warm meals, bags of groceries, and offered to help with repairs on his old cottage. His small home, once a sanctuary of solitude, was no longer silent. It was filled with the laughter of new friends, the smell of shared food, and the incredible warmth of a newfound community. Miles away, in a busy office, a colleague showed the viral story to Arthur's son, David. He clicked the link, and a picture of his father, looking both frail and strong, filled the screen. As he read the story, the words hit him like a tidal wave. It was a powerful reminder of the values his father had taught him, the lessons about character and kindness that had shaped his childhood. A flood of regret and love washed over him. He saw the years of silence for what they were, a distance he had allowed to grow, a connection he had neglected. Without a second thought, he booked a flight home. The reunion at the small cottage was tearful and healing. It was a hug that spanned years of unspoken words, a bridge of forgiveness rebuilt over a chasm of silence. David saw the light back in his father's eyes, a light that came not from money, but from connection. And Arthur, holding his son, felt a wholeness he thought he had lost forever. Arthur's life had been completely transformed. He was no longer just a poor, forgotten old man on the edge of town. He was a beloved figure in his neighborhood, a hero to a young mother, and most importantly, a father reunited with his son. His story became a living lesson for everyone who heard it, that a single act of kindness, no matter how small it seems, can ripple outwards, mending not just the lives of others, but our own broken connections. Arthur now understood something profound. True wealth isn't found in a lost wallet or a bank account. It's found in a heart full of love, a life shared with others, and the courage to do what's right. His small act of integrity didn't just return some lost money. It brought back a son, built a community, and reminded the world that the greatest treasures we have are each other. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates the goodness in the world. See you next time.